In this video, I will be showing you how to do a stiletto nail using Japanese soft gel. Stiletto is an extreme long and pointed nail named after stiletto type heels, which are thin and long. While not practical for everyday wear, just like stiletto heels are not, it is definitely possible to sculpt the nail using soft builder gel only. And in this video, I will be showing you how to successfully do so, step by step. So keep watching. Alright, so let's get right into it. We are going to go ahead and prep our form, which we have done so in many, or I've showed you in many of our videos already. So if you haven't, make sure to check out our library on how to sculpt soft gel extensions. We'll go ahead and give this form a little bit of a curve, a little bit of a C curve. And when you're doing a stiletto nail, you actually do not need to modify your form too much. Just align your bone, the bone of your finger, to that middle line of the form, and then for an oval or a stiletto nail, you will have to tip the form just a little bit. Because I am doing this on myself, I will snap the wings together, and the only modification that I'm going to do to this form is just at the hyponychium. Just a tiny bit. I don't have a crazy shape hyponychium or anything. And again, if you want to fuss less with your form, go ahead and pre-pinch those first wings there like I just did. Fit the form, not straight. It can actually tip down just a tiny bit. It does not have to be really straight as you have seen in my soft gel extensions video. And next, you want to make sure that everything is attached. So attach the first wings and the second wings. And then for a stiletto nail, again, you can be a little bit tipped down. It's totally okay. Most of the times, whatever angle the form fits into, like when you sneak it into tuck it underneath the natural nail, that's usually okay. So as long as your connection points are flush to the natural nail, it's totally fine. You don't have to worry too much about making the form really straight, as in like for a square nail. You do want to make sure that all your wings are nice and aligned, and when they are, you can actually clip the excess just a tiny bit so that it doesn't get in the way when your client is popping her hand in the lamp, right? Sometimes they tend to mess it up and bang those forms as they're going in. Now the shape of the form is pinched, and at that tip you want a little bit of a diamond shape, just a tiny bit. You are doing a stiletto form, which is a long, skinny, pointed nail. So we're going to go ahead and start with our first step. And again, notice I have two of the same brushes, but they are not the same. One is actually for my base gel, and the other one is for my sculpting gel. You do not want to mix your base and your sculpting brushes because sculpting usually does not have adhesive. So if you mix your sculpting brush and you get some of that sculpting gel, then you will have some lifting. Go ahead and place your bead by the cuticle area. Frame your cuticle, pull down the gel, and thinly but generously apply your gel base. You can go over the form just a tiny bit, and in fact, I recommend so doing, especially with soft gel extensions, just a tiny bit, especially at those connection points there. Go ahead and give that nail a full cure and move on to your next step, which is the soft builder gel step. Again, these are Japanese gel products. Japanese gel products are usually soft gel, which means they're soak off, which means they're more flexible. All right, take a generous bead. Now we're going to form the stiletto tip of this nail. So you're going to place this bead on the form, not attached to your nail quite yet. We're going to do that next. And again, just grab enough gel to start forming this stiletto shape. Bring it to the length of the form. And for soft gel extensions, you don't want to get those extreme stiletto forms because honestly, unless you're going to do like some sort of magazine cover, I do not recommend going any longer than this with soft builder gel or again Japanese gel products, which are a soft gel. Go ahead and frame out your stiletto tip. It's kind of triangular. You do want the gel to kind of flow over to the sides a tiny bit, and then start connecting everything onto the nail. And again, we do that as the last step because we don't want gel seeping underneath the natural nail in between the nail form and the nail, which will cause your client to pick at that because now she has something to annoy her. All right, once everything is connected, you are going to give this nail a flash cure, anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds max. And that is because we still want that gel to be pliable and a little bit warm for us to give it a nice pinch. Now I'm going to pinch there at the stress area, right? The connection area between the natural nail and the new gel tip. But I'm also going to pinch the rest of that tip because I still want it to be narrow, right? And I'm going to pinch the form in just a tiny bit also to help me with that narrowness. This gives the nail a very tight C curve, and C curve always protects the nail, the enhancement, from impact. It helps it absorb impact, which in turn allows it not to break actually. So hold your pinch for about 5 seconds there, and then you're gonna go and fully cure this nail. Once that nail has been fully cured, it is time to remove your form, and you do so by first pinching the form at the connection area, detaching it, and then pinching the rest, and then pull down. Okay, squeeze down very, very gentle so that you don't tear the free edge of that nail. Use the pointed side of your tweezers to your advantage. They'll help you poke so that you can release that form very, very carefully. There you have it. A nice stiletto shaped nail ready to be reinforced. And we're going to do that with more builder gel. This is leaf gel that I'm using. That's the name of the product, leaf gel. And with this bead, I am actually going to reinforce the connection area and the stress point area of this nail. This nail is very, very long, and it does need a lot of support at the stress area, which is about halfway of the natural nail to, I want to say, no more than a halfway, kind of like a quarter of that new free edge. Okay, so reinforce that, because if this nail breaks, this is most likely where it will break if it is not reinforced properly. Okay, fully cure that. Now once that is fully cured, we are going to proceed to our next step, which is overlaying the entire extension with a bead of gel. And this layer can be thin, just generously thin. It does not have to be super thick, super bulky. We are not yet sculpting on it, okay? We just want to make sure that everything is nice and connected and has the same thickness throughout the entire body of the nail, from cuticle area to tip. You can self-level it a little bit here, but we are still in the sculpting process, and we're going to do that even more with another layer. Now there is a lot of product on this nail, right? And I'm still focusing my attention at the apex or the stress area. Once I am happy with the way this nail has self-leveled, which is why I turn my finger over, then I give that nail a flash cure and a full cure. Now notice when my nail has come out, it's actually quite flexible. Again, if you are doing this with soft gel, do not stress. Soft gel is soft. It does not mean that it does not get hard. It just means that you are definitely going to need a lot more gel in areas that are compromised, like the tip, right? these are more exposed to wear and tear and banging for sure. So with this next step, we are actually going to reinforce, and we're just going to focus on reinforcing that tip area, and primarily from the free edge, the new free edge that we created, like halfway point all the way down to the tip is where we're going to add our next bead of gel. And as you can tell, we are using a lot of product to create stiletto gel nails with soft gel product, right? Japanese gel product. So while it is possible, right, to create such nail enhancements, make sure, please, that you are charging adequately for the amount of product that you are using right now. Don't feel bad if this is what your client wants, and if you can get it to her, right? If you can give her the service, then there's definitely a price to pay for, and you can make that known to her just in a consultation service or right before her service, okay? Again, you do have to use a little bit more gel with soft gel product. Hard gel, because it kind of usually is a little bit more firm, you can sculpt it a little bit easier. But again, I'm all about being specialized and offering one or the other, and all of my services are soft gel, which is what I would be doing extensions with if my client wanted stiletto nails. Now it's time to move to the filing process, and notice all of the grids of my files. They're in between 100 to 150 grit. These are relatively coarse nail files, and I'm going to start with the the more coarse file to start filing away right at here at the lateral nail fold area, the side walls of my nail. And I'm using my 150 grit file. Usually I do not use my 150 grit file on really any of my extensions, but there is a lot of length and a lot of product to cover, so the fastest way I can do this, the better, right? That is why I'm using my 150 grit coarse nail file, just to get me from point A to point B much quicker. For the body of the nail, because soft gel builder product usually self levels very easy, I don't actually have to come in with my 150 grit file and reshape this nail like on the apex side. My apex is where I wanted, because that's where I got it when I got it to self level before it cured. So that is why I'm moving now to my 180 grit file, which is kind of like a medium coarse, and then I finish and get rid of those streaks, right, filing streaks, with my 100 to 180 grit sponge buffer. Now I really want to make sure that my side walls are nice and snug, nice and tight, nice and straight. That is why I'm taking my emery board, right, which is much thinner than my board file, to get in there. So now it's time to clean this nail and polish it. Notice how everything is balanced in my stress area. My apex is nice and sculpted. Also, my tip is not flimsy like it was before. We've reinforced our stiletto nail exactly where we have to. So time to clean it and give it a nice polish. I'm gonna use this pretty pink, and I wish I could tell you I'm going to do all of my nails stiletto. One day I would really kind of want to practice that, but for now I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and here's my stiletto nail. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for even more. To be instantly notified once my next video is released, hit that bell icon also. Time to hear from you. How do you feel about stiletto nails? Have you tried them? Comment below. Don't forget to watch my freebie at paolaponcenails.com/lifting. Until next time.